I'm trying to think of this launch as a way to basically get everybody in the room that's helped me get here and who I've insulted and heckled in my turn, and thank them. Because honestly, like, I'm just so shocked that this thing actually exists. Because for such a long time it didn't. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So I just came back from a short tour, and the first poem I'm going to read you elicited a really terrible story in Calgary that I thought I would share because really, I've got the microphone and I can. So the book is mostly pregnancy and mothering poems, and so there's lots of poems about breasts. So if you're a breast man, or if you recently breastfed, there's stuff for you in here. But there's a lot of sort of like nursing poems as well. And after the reading in Calgary, someone actually got up and said, "Do I have a story for you?" And I was like, okay. And she said, okay, so my friend, I'm sitting there talking to my friend, she was breastfeeding, and all of a sudden she said to her friend, "You're bleeding." The friend went, "What?" She pulls the child away, because she was breastfeeding at the time, I forgot that detail. Pulls the child away, the child is choking, and she's bleeding. They subsequently discovered that the child had gnawed off a third of the woman's nipple and was choking on it. So, yeah, I didn't know, I just said, "Thank you for coming." That was one time I said that. So, now I'm going to read the poem, and I'm so glad I wrote down the page numbers. Yeah, I'm completely flabbergasted, officially flabbergasted. So the poem I'm going to read is actually from my sister Jillian, who's here tonight. And yeah, she kind of, I wrote it for her, and she kind of took ownership of it, and I'm glad to say that it's mine now. See? Mine. So anyway, so it's called Tit Poem. She made our mother write, "Handle with care," across her breast with the thick black tongue of a permanent marker when Mum came to drive her to the hospital that morning. My sister told the doctor, staring at the exclamation marks that spread down between her breasts, one healthy, one suspect, that she was single again, that she needed her tits just right now. The doctor nodded and sent the nurses to tell her to take all her clothes off, as if she was on a suspect first date where the man she thought was healthy tells her what he wants and assumes she can give it to him. She'd stowed her clothes, her two intact breasts still in the cups of her bra, in a locker on the ward. But when she woke up on a different stretcher, in a different room, they'd escaped their bonds and were heaped next to her as they would have been on her bedroom floor if she'd been alone. It took her a long time to paw through her clothes, her bandaged breast beating. But her underwear didn't shake out of the long creased legs of her pants. And when she told them, all the legs in the hall, all the charts and chimes and calls from different rooms, different stretchers. A nurse slowed down long enough to say, "Maybe you didn't wear underwear today." As if a woman facing 6:30 a.m. surgery and a suspect tit might go without. It was brand new, hot pink underwear, my sister said, and sat back, as people scurried around the ward saying, "Have you seen her underwear? Her underwear is missing!" Until an intern found them puddled on the floor. Later, she says, "Want to see my tit?" and whips up her shirt before I can say no, to show me a bandage as big as a handkerchief, loaned out by a black and white man to a crying woman, not knowing how and where they cut, or if the doctor took the time to wash away, handle with care, before he set the knife to her.